Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. This is my friends at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host, Mikey. Today we have the Reindeer Crochet Basket, Part 1. We're going to be forming the main basket today. Now, in this basket, it says that there's twisted single crochet. Now, I looked up what that was, and I did not enjoy what that was. And it turns out that what a twisted single crochet is and what they're describing here is not the same thing. So I will be doing it, showing here. It's basically, essentially, an amigurumi single crochet that's going to be tighter. So we're going to be doing that when we get there. So all is not lost. If you don't like that way, you can just do a regular single crochet as well. So we're going to begin to start. You're going to be using 2 strands of yarn. I'll just be using gray on camera because you can see it with my background. And you can see the color breakdowns right here in the pattern. Just see the video description if you want the free pattern to download, or see the pinned comments. You'll need 2 sizes of crochet hooks today, a 6.5 millimeter size K and a 4 millimeter size G. I will be using a 6 millimeter size J for the bigger hook for myself because that's what is in my hand. So grab 2 strands at the same time and we're gonna be playing, and I'm gonna get yourself all the way so that you can be able to do this basket on your own as well. Let's begin. Let's create a slip knot. Pretend the 2 yarn is 1 yarn and just treat it as if it's 1 in your hand. So I have 2 different balls coming off the other side of the camera here. We're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then proceed to round number 1. Round number 1, we're going to go second chain from the hook, which is the beginning, and you are going to apply 8 single crochets into that chain. So we'll count these out together. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Put the straggler so it's wrapping and getting caught underneath the stitches. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Once you're done with that, throw the straggler to the back of it and just put it to the first one. If you're not sure, count it back the tops. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Even though I'm experienced with almost 40 years of crochet, I still count back. I still count back every time. Excuse me, I had a cup of tea before I filmed today. So I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, and we're going to start. If you went over top of the straggler like I did, just use your scissors, get rid of that out of your way so it's not in your face any longer. And let's begin the next round. Round number 2 and beyond, I'm going to give you the set of instruction. You'll put the video on, pause, and then do it, and then continue along with me. So to start round number 2, you're going to chain 1, and in the same one that you did the join with the slip stitch, you were going to apply 2 single crochet into that same stitch. So 1 and 2. So each one of the stitches all the way around is going to have 2 single crochets in it. Please do that. And if you need the stitch counts, it's on the pattern. Just see the video description as I mentioned, or the pinned comments. 2 single crochet in each. Coming around on number 2, slip stitch to the beginning. If you're confident in your abilities, you don't need to count every time you're finishing a round, but that's up to you. Let's begin round number 3. Round number 3, chain 1, and in the same one that you have the join with the slip stitch, you're going to apply 2 single crochets into that one. And then the next one will have just 1 single crochet. So here's your repeat all the way around. So the next one has 2 into the same one, 1 and 2, and the next one has just 1. Please do that same repeat. I'm going to show you another tip in the next round. And coming up around on number 3, slip stitch it to the beginning. Let's go to number 4, and I'm going to show you something that will help you to reduce your counting. If you really don't want to count and you know how to identify the stitches, you really don't need to. So you'll notice is that there's 2 stitches that share the same base, and so the first stitch of those groups will always have the increase, so it'll always have 2 single crochets in it. So you see that there's just 1 here, but this one shares the same base, so it's the first one of the grouping of 2 that will always have the increase. Let's begin. So chain 1, and so in round number 4, the first one has 2 single crochets in it. So we have 1 and 2, and then the next 2 are 1 single crochet by itself. But you see that the next one has 2 into the same base, and this is your increase, so you'll have 2 into this next one, and then the next 2 are by themselves. Okay, so if you can look below, it'll help you reduce your counting. So please do the same repeat all the way around. So 2 into the next, and then 2 by itself, and so forth. I'll see you at the end of round number 4. At the end of number 4, just slip stitch, and let's begin number 5. So we're going to keep getting individual single crochets to be in between the increasing. So as we start number 5 here, just chain up 1, place 2 single crochets into the first, and then the next 3 in a row are each 1 single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. And if you can identify it and see that this is sharing the same base, the first one is always going to have that 2 into it. So 2 into that one, and then the next 3 by itself. Please do this around for round number 5. Finishing up round 5, slip stitch to the beginning, and let's move on to round number 6. Round number 6, chain up 1, apply 2 single crochets into the first, and now the next 4 in a row are each a single crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have our increase again. So we're going to start, the next one has 2, and then the next 4 by itself. Please do this around for round number 6. At the end of round number 6, just slip stitch. Let's move on to round number 7 in just a moment here. Round number 7, chain 1, 2 single crochets in the first one as the join, and then the next 5 are by themselves. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we start again. So 2 into the next, and then 5 by itself, and so on. Please do this around for round number 7. At the end of number 7, just slip stitch, and let's begin round number 8 in just a moment. Round number 8, chain 1, 2 single crochets is the same one as the join. So 1 and 2, and then you have the next 6 in a row that are singles. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and the next one has 2 into the same. So 6 by itself and 2 into the next. So once there's 2, 6 by itself. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the next one has 2. Please do this around for round number 8. So coming around here on round number 8, we slip stitch, and let's move on to round number 9 next. Round number 9, you're going to chain 1 and apply 2 single crochets into the first, and then the next 7 are by itself. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And so then you repeat again, so 2 into the next, and then the next 7 by itself. Please do this around for round number 9. Coming up to the end of number 9, just slip stitch, and we have one more round to go before the starts stabilizing. Let's do round number 10 next. For round number 10, you're going to chain 1, apply 2 single crochets into the first one, and now the next 8 in a row are all single crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so then the repeat is 2 into the next, and then the next 8 by itself. Please do this around for round number 10. Okay, at the end of round number 10, just slip stitch, and now we're going to begin to create the base of your basket next. Let's do that. We've now just come around to the end of number 10. So round number 11, we want to use 2 strands of a different color. You'll see that on the pattern itself. So I've just been using the gray for the base, and I'm going to switch off, and I'm still going to use 2 strands, but just change out the color then for the side of the basket all the way up. So in the case of the reindeer, it would be that definite chocolate brown. But because this background is brown, I can't use that, so I'll use something else. So let's move along to round number 11. So you're going to use a different color. In the case, it was a light brown, and then it was a darker brown for the sides for the reindeer. So you can grab any one of the back loops only. So we've been working in the regular stitch, but I need you to work into the back loops just for this round. Just choose maybe one before the join. And we want to just single crochet in the back loops only. So let's do a standing single crochet. So just pull it through and then pull it through the 2. That's a standing single crochet, and it looks awesome. So starting in the one right after the slip stitch, you're just going to single crochet in the back loops going all the way around, and this will force it to bend at the base. And this is where you'll take the count of the 7 inches is right from the spot right where the color changes right here on there. So go all the way around, single crochet in the back loop only. So continuing on the back loops all the way around, I'm just going to join it to the very beginning. And so because I joined it with a standing single crochet and I jumped over the join, there's not that extra piece that you would have if you did it the same way. We're going to slip stitch it to the beginning, and now the story is going to change, and I'll tell you what's going on next. So let's begin to do this round using the method that is described in the pattern. If you prefer a regular single crochet, then by all means go do it. But this is what I'm about to show you is the way my mom showed me, and it's tighter. So you'll chain 1 to start as always. And when you go in, normally what we do is that we yarn over the hook, okay? So it's over the hook, you come through and you pull through 2. That's not what they want you to do. So what they want you to do is just to scoop the yarn and make sure the hook is over top of the yarn instead. So you scoop it in front like this, so it's not over the hook, and pull through and pull through 2. It makes it tighter. So you're going in, over, pull through, and pull through 2. And so Red Heart got a hold of me in my 2nd year, and they asked me to change the way that I'm supposed to be yarning over, but because I was going this way, I was not matching the pattern books by doing that. And I had no idea that I was even doing it that way until they mentioned it. So what this is going to do is going to make the stitches a lot tighter, just like you see, and it gives it a different visual look. So it does look like it's twisted. I guess you can really say it that way too. So I want you to go all the way around using this method if you can, and if you don't like it, then just do regular single crochet, and I don't think we'll have to call the cops on you today. So now I'm starting to doubt myself. There we go. And I will see you at the end of the round. I'll see you at the end of the round. As I'm going around, I'm just kind of, you can actually see if you're starting to screw up because you can see below on how it was. And so you can easily tell if you happen to go back to your old ways. I'm hoping this project is not going to beat out of me the way that I was forced to change, because the way that I was forced to change is actually within the standards of crochet versus this method. However, this is used in amigurumi to make the stitches a lot tighter, just in case you ever wanted to know that. So anyway, I'll be right back. So I'm coming all the way back around. This is part of the first one, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the first single crochet. So I found myself trying to catch myself not to do it traditionally the way I'm doing. So all you're just going to do for 7 inches, from here up until 7 inches, is just the same thing. So chain 1 and just do this single crochet technique. And it actually kind of does look neat. So I kind of almost regret that I got the other way beaten out of me. When I say beaten, I don't mean like literally, I just had to change my ways. But anyway, it does look tighter, and so it's a benefit for this kind of project. So I see why they used it. So I'll be back once they're 7 inches done. Once we get to our 7 inches tall that we have, we're going to do your final round, and it's going to be a reverse single crochet. So if you prefer not to do it, just do a single crochet round and there's no cops, I guess. So you're just going to just pull through, so chain 1, and then you're going to go to the stitch before this. Going in, yarning over, pulling it through, and then pull through 2. Okay, so just pull through. Now, going in reverse single crochet, if you've not done it before, it can be a little challenging, but you do get used to it. And you just keep going backwards like this, and it creates a beautiful little lip that you'll have within your basket. So go all the way around, and when I join you on the next videos, I'm gonna have the brown version done. Brown is hard to film on a dark background like so, and so I'll see you at the end of this round where we'll finish up together with you. So when you get all the way around, just come to the one that you started with, and you're gonna pull through. So you're not gonna slip stitch it to the beginning because then it will be very obvious. So just trim your yarn, and we're gonna deal with those individually on its own. So just kind of pull it through. So just grab one at a time. If you wanna grab both, you can. So let me know in the comments if you're doing 1 or 2. So I like just going one at a time because that's what it is. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna drag it over to here to pull that in line. Okay, so just tug on it a little bit. I'll deal with this other strand, and then I'm just going to go back in the opposite direction. Don't go to the good side of the work, just stay in the back of this basket. Okay, so we're just weaving it back and forth a total of 3 times. And then take the other strand, unless you did both at the same time. I find when I do both in something like this, I snag one of the strands and then it just makes me create bad words. So I'm just gonna going in, going back in the opposite direction. So I don't wanna see this needle on the good side of the work, so you don't drag it through, so you don't ever see it. And don't be afraid to split the plies of the yarn that you're using as well, because it's near impossible to get out. Well, pretty close to it. So once you've got both of them woven in, you're good to go, and then the basket's ready, like that. Okay, so just use your fingers, kind of pull on it, make it look good, and this is your finished basket.